Hello and welcome to TerraFirmaCraft Season 1, Episode 1. This is Season 1 because I have, basically TerraFirmaCraft's gotten quite a few different updates, and hopefully my frames stable out a little bit. It may be a little bit laggy, but it shouldn't be too bad on the recording, so. But yeah, mostly TerraFirmaCraft, as you can see, the stones no longer look like little pebbles. Okay, wolves don't seem to attack you immediately yet. There's hot tubs, or this is technically spring water, so I think it's supposed to be healthier for you. I can't remember exactly. But as you can see, the stones are actually rendered, instead of just guessing at random what you're going to get. And this stone, I didn't pick this spot for the stone. I actually picked it for not only the ore, which is actually kind of good too. This is bismuthian, I think. Bismuthian. Don't care what it's called. That's Fowlerite, I believe. Oh, native silver nugget. Ooh. I probably shouldn't be gathering these, actually, now that I think about it, because I have a different use for them, and I can't really use them till quite a bit later. Okay. The thing is, food depletes extremely fast now. And by extremely, I've been barely in here for 3 minutes and I've already lost one of those bars of hunger. And it doesn't get any easier. Water is also a lot more difficult to refill, if you want to call it that. I've added the damage indicators mod. I forgot my inventory tweaks, but I'm going to add that eventually. I also have not enough items, though it's turned off mostly because it really has no other use. I just like having it around when I was testing something. And the change day or night time command with that is actually quite lethal, because skipping one night pretty much kills you. So I would not advise it. Or at least turn that function off in your not enough items in case you accidentally click it, because it does pretty much instantly kill you. I'm looking for a specific material, but I guess this would be fine for now. I need sticks, stones, and a lot of them. Because the first plan is to get some wood, straw, and hopefully some saplings, because I do believe this is the hickory, which is actually a really nice tree to start with. Hickory? Yes, this is hickory. You can find fallen sticks already. They're actually not sticks, they are tile entities, I guess. Okay, I should have enough material. You always want to start with one axe, at least. I actually suggest making 4 of these. That's no joke. It's pretty bad if you don't have a lot of them. 1 knife, and those are the tool heads. You want to create the actual tool. As you can see, it does 60 slashing damage. This one does 40 piercing damage. Again, the axe is still a little bit better as a weapon, but we'll get into that later when we actually need to use them. First thing you want to do, don't sprint because you will die. But yeah, you just want to gather a bunch of this straw, because you need it for thatching, and it's one of the very few early building materials you can actually find. And it's actually a viable one, so keep an eye out for grass. You can't use grass for anything else, unfortunately, so that's pretty much where its usefulness ends. In the past, you used to be able to get seeds from them. Unfortunately, that's no longer the case. You have to actually search for the plant in the wild now. But rest assured, there is it does produce seeds afterward. The plants themselves, after you grow them, do produce seeds, and harvesting the wild ones still produce seeds as well, so not an issue. I am, however, limited to the amount of space I have in my inventory. This comes into effect really early on because you can no longer just whack at a tree, then use the axe to create planks. That no longer works anymore. You have to wait till you get a saw. So right now, this wood is only good for burning, and there's also one other function it can serve. I believe it's still in effect, actually. Need the knife anyway. I do believe you can still make bowls from it. Yeah. That's good for, I guess, early on you could start using that, but I wouldn't suggest using the good logs to do that. I really like this chestnut for the way it looks, and it also burns quite well, so it's an added bonus. There's aspen that grows fast, and I actually know where some is because I actually looked at the surface of this map for a little bit. Not too long though. Okay, I'm gonna need to start making a house here soon. And one of the best ways is to chop down one of those. Though sometimes they crash your game, so warning. This one's a soft wood, I think. I do believe this is spruce. Spruce is fun for your first building. I also suggest that you find a tree that's close to the ground, like that one or that one. As long as it can cover your head, you should be safe during the night if you can't build a shelter in time. Now I'm just making some thatching. This stuff's actually pretty good anywhere up to late game, so don't be hesitant to get a lot of it. Douglas fir I like, but right now I'm running out of time. Yeah, I'm not going to waste my time trying to get saplings. I'm just going to chop down trees that I don't really care much for, and that I know are quicker to chop. You may also notice that my food and everything is pretty depleted. That's nothing I can actually do about it. In all my test worlds so far, I haven't been able to survive my first night without dying at least once. Oop. And hopefully that doesn't start that little memory leak that I was having earlier. Yeah, earlier this game's actually gotten a lot better for its memory allocation, but it still has a couple issues. Primarily, it sometimes has a memory leak, and it's been there since I guess ever since this mod began, really. Ooh, what's this? Is this... I actually don't know what this is. I didn't run into it. Dolomite. Hmm. That sounds like a useful material, actually. And personally, I would suggest that you build into a wall or onto a wall like this, and try not to build too big because you only have a limited amount of space here. How much sticks do I have? Plenty. There we go. I'm going to see if I can get as much space as possible. Up, and I do believe things are starting to spawn, so better make this quick. Thatch flooring is pretty easy to make, so try to use thatching as often as you can. And I'm just going to close this one off, and this, for now, I'm going to toss dirt there. Hopefully it doesn't cause an issue, and there we go. Now I'm going to take my knife and cut that grass there just because okay, I guess it disappears. Not much of an issue for me right now. I need sticks. Place them like that, get your first fire starter. Try to clean up my inventory because it's going to be kind of hectic if I don't. Dolomite. I already know that. I can't remember if that's good or bad. I know it's at least a decent stone, unlike limestone. Limestone's actually good for a different reason. That's why I chose it. I need 3 of these. Toss it on the ground and click with your fire starter until you get a light. Oh, that's ash. I thought that was a green elm for a bit. And I wouldn't suggest trying to fight the night out because those things have quite a bit of health. Your character currently starts with, I believe, 1,000 health. And there we go. Some torches just to get things started. It's always good to keep a lit area. Now, as for these things, you have the inventory, the, I guess, skill system. This is the calendar, which is actually one of the more important things because it tells you the hour, date, and this date actually does come in handy because things only bloom during certain times of year. It's Sunday, that's not really as important, but the season is also an important one because winter can cause issues, and that's why you want to stock up on food. This is your nutrition values. This shows you what you've been eating. If you eat a lot of meat, you get a lot of protein. If you eat a lot of grains, it goes up. And you want to keep these as balanced as you can. From what I know, it's supposed to keep you healthier or keep your health up. It might just affect regeneration. I don't really know as much. As I haven't played around with this as much, I want to make quite a few more torches, and I just want to keep that going for a bit. That keeps you warm, but I don't think they've implemented anything to affect health via temperature. Now, dolomite, I'm just going to make a couple tools out of it. Regardless, tools don't stack, but I want to see if I can actually, if they're on the same stat page as the other, or if they're in this, have it the same stats, whatever it is, they would stack. Okay, they have the same stats. So they're moderately pathetic stones, but regardless, they're abundant around here. And I need tools. And a lot of them. So, I usually suggest making a stack of 4 axe heads, since that's the max I can store in one slot. And carry these around with sticks, which you can hold. I do believe it's 64 or 32. I think it's 64 you can still hold. And I want to take a stack of knives. I'll also show you how to craft the other materials, since I can right now. One of the things you're actually going to need, I guess more of a mid-tier type thing, is the hammer. It also is a moderately good melee weapon. It's on par with the axe. There's the hoe, which is again for farming. Never really changes for that one. You cannot make a stone pickaxe, unfortunately. In fact, actually, I want to test these tools, because I know the hammer does a pretty good amount of damage. 60 again. I don't know what the hoe does. It doesn't do any damage. So, note to everyone else, don't use a hoe for a weapon. It will not work. There's also a spear, or javelin. It is kind of a pathetic weapon, though I think it's actually been boosted. Let's see. Yes, okay. At one point this only did 20 damage, or 25, where everything else did 75, especially the axe. So now this is actually on par with them. I would suggest using a javelin as a primary weapon, at least to start off the Stone Age. Knives are okay melee weapons if you're in a pinch, but really not the best one. So I would suggest waiting till you have something better. Okay, let's see. What's the current time? 4 in the morning. This is about to go out. Really, I'm going to store this stuff. Shift right click with that, and you can right click with it and store logs. That's a log pile, and once it's filled you can put more on top. That's good for storing a moderate amount of logs. Let's see. Anything else I can do here? Gonna need more sticks. Yeah, food's actually quite difficult to come by, and I'm most likely going to die here soon. Let's see. Time. 5 in the morning. The dullest part about TerraFirmaCraft's start is the time. Okay, I don't see anything around there. If you stay in a chunk for long enough, it will protect the chunk and not allow monsters to spawn as frequently or at all. The good news is, you can heal without having a full hunger bar. And that's always good, especially if you're starving like me. Though food's actually been overhauled a little bit, so it's actually more useful. Let's see, I have the map writer mod installed. I'm actually looking for Guess I would want to go south if I was going to go get that stuff, but right now I'm kind of sticking to this area to gather some resources. Specifically sticks and stones. I want to see if I can find any squid. Squid are currently a very good beginning food source, so don't be afraid to just jump in and chop them up, because they're pretty good, actually. Eggs are also a good one, but I don't know if the current pheasants, which are the TerraFirmaCraft chickens for non-domesticated, I don't know if they are, they drop eggs or create them. Also, if you're, you can move through trees, and if you're in kind of a dangerous situation, you want to basically hide in these trees, and you can actually hide from most monsters. Spiders themselves can still see you, but they can't get to you. And let's see, yeah, they have 900 health. That shows you the severity of fighting them. And they do a lot of damage, by the way. I think it's like 3 hits and you die. It might be 4. I don't want him getting too close to me. You can actually throw the javelin. And it does a lot of damage. And if you need to hide, it's a good hit and run tactic. He can't see me. I come out with my hammer and ow. Oh yeah, falling, not a good thing to do. I think I broke my oh, no, actually I still have it. Water is also your friend. If you're having trouble fighting an enemy, lead them to the water, and they are much easier to dispose of. I specifically use the, oh, don't do that with skeletons, actually. I should advise that, as skeletons will kill you if you get into water. It's practically a guarantee. And after all that, I was able to kill 1 zombie. I need squid. The javelin, I think, is actually better to throw it, but... well, it is actually quite a bit better to throw it. And it's kind of why I had the damage indicators to demonstrate that, is because it does about twice as much damage to actually throw it than it is to hit them with melee. But regardless, if you're having an issue and you need to get them away, or you're in trouble and you need to get them off of you, hitting them with it, it'll still do some pretty decent damage. You can't eat rotten flesh. It's actually useless, so toss it. At least that I know. I can't think of any use for it. This thing's practically broken, though. Let's see. There are a couple other things. Over there I know that there's some ores, and right here is some coal, I think. That should be coal. If I'm wrong, it's probably like an iron or something. No, that's malachite or malachite. I can't remember how to pronounce that correctly, but I usually call it malachite. I need to go south again. There. Now I'm just waiting for me to starve to death. There's a pheasant. I'm guessing that's female. Yep. I don't know if it produces eggs, though. I could kill it for food, but that would be not exactly the best thing to do. There's certain animals that you would want to kill over others. One of those is deer. They tend to produce quite a bit of food, but again, most of the animals are rare to come by, and this is actually one of the things I was looking for. I don't know how long I'm going to be alive, though, because I've not eaten for a while. Shovel heads, you can produce them in multiple ways. As long as it's the same pattern, it's usually fine. I'm going to need quite a few of these because I need a lot of clay. Funny enough, clay is one of the most valuable resources early to late game. It may be funny, but it's true. And this clay actually grows just like any other. And the best way to find clay is to look at these things. These goldenrods only grow on clay. You could also go to any river or lake bed and they will usually have it around it or in it. That is also another feature of TerraFirmaCraft. Things fall. Gravity is pretty well implemented. And yes, things do collapse. And it doesn't just fall down, it sometimes moves outward. I could probably demonstrate that easier doing this. No, it didn't work. And if things fall on you, it takes quite a bit of your health away. You can, again, store clay like that, but I wouldn't suggest it, at least early on. Now, if you have some of your clay, don't worry about a crafting bench, because you won't be having one of those for, good, till about mid-game or late game. You never start out with one. So I believe the one that I'm thinking of is I just need to do that. That is definitely not right. Huh. I completely forgot about this. I can be right back to remember all this stuff because I haven't been around long enough for me to memorize this stuff. So be right back. Okay, and I'm back. Or I should be back. I went and looked. I was actually correct, but I messed up by one line. Clay molds. Now, there's another one I want to make. This one is specifically the main thing I'm going to need to survive. Yeah. The clay saw mold. As well as, and it takes 5 each, so be warned, you're going to probably use quite a few of these. I want 1 clay vessel, one clay jug. This contains liquid, this contains food. This is pretty much your early storage because chests are not a viable thing right now. Let's see, where is that base area that I had? Right here. Thatching is also very nice in mapping because it is very noticeable. Ooh, cassiterite. Look like cassiterite. Okay, this is malachite or malachite. I call it malachite still. Okay, I need to head north. I also need to have something on hand ready to place down. It's a little laggy because it restarted. Okay, that scared me for a bit. Okay, spiders. You do not want to mess with them. Specifically spiders, because they are very hazardous to one's health, as well as fast. Very, very fast. Place that there, and do I have any logs I can toss into here? Nope. Okay, I have... Oh, that was bismuth, wasn't it? No, I was cassiterite. I was right. Now, these things can't be used as they are. They have to be used, with a kiln, which is an actual... It's not so much as a multi-block, but is, in a sense, a multi-block. I also want to make a couple other things. That will definitely become useful later on. Clay pickaxe mold. And one more. I personally would like another vessel, but since actually, yeah, I'm gonna go with another vessel, because vessels are always really nice items. By the way, these can't stack. I don't know why. Actually, they should be able to stack, but I guess just because they're unfired and everything, they don't stack. Now I'm probably gonna die here, because I haven't found any food yet. I did find that one pheasant, but I don't think pheasant's going to save me right now. I guess if I stay right here, I might not starve to death instantly. But I think it's 24 hours after your bar hits 0, your health ticks at 2/3 per second, or something to that matter. It might even be 8 hours actually. But that's not important. For now, I have a pretty good setup. I'm actually ready to enter the second tier, the Copper or Bronze Age. It's usually considered the Bronze Age, but for me it's usually Copper, since I don't have much cassiterite. Or I might just go hunt some cassiterite. Don't know. But, till next time, if you like what you're watching, subscribe. If not, oh well. Have a nice day. Follow me on Twitter, all that stuff, yada yada. And have a good day.